If it wasn't for El Shaddai and my sponsor, I would be as a shepherd boy or a laborer.
Really? So how do you know that?
You know, actually, I asked my dad, what would I be like without El Shaddai, or maybe without going to the school? He said that definitely you will be a shepherd boy. We already had sheep and goats, so that was the best he could do.
Can you tell us some more what it was actually like growing up in the village?
Did you know that I'm come from the Lamani community?
No, I never knew that before, Laxman.
Do you know the gypsy is also from the Lamani community?
Oh, right.
Let me tell you how we fetch water and to survive.
Yeah.
Every day, this is the everyday process. We wake up early in the morning, like 4 a.m. Me and my mom go to the well, and my mom would tie me a rope around my vest and then lower me down into the well, and I would go down and fetch the water with
So your mom would do that herself, or others would help her?
Yeah, along with my mom, they would be friends.
What age were you
I
then,
was
little
like
boy?
below, you can say 6.
That must have been scary.
Just as well you weren't naughty, your mom might have just let go of the rope. So what was the difference then coming to El Shaddai from that sort of background?
I can still remember the glass of milk they gave it to me on the first day when I came to El Shaddai. And it was so big.
Did you have milk before that?
No, not really. I had milk because there were sheep and goat with us, but not the full glass and
Just tiny?
just tiny.
So this was just an amazement for you?
Yeah, it was so amazing, so very amazing. It was
So what were you
good.
used to eating at the village?
I used to eat all the vegetables, most of the tomatoes and all these things, and cereals.
What meat would you have eaten?
I hardly ate chicken.
No?
No.
No chicken?
No chicken. All we ate was the dead sheep, the sheep and the goat.
So what?
Then one
like a
sheep.
goat dies.
Yeah.
Somebody brings the goat,
Yes.
and then what?
To the
You're
village.
sharing that out.
Yeah. And then we cut it and put it in the share, like 10 share. It's a 1 pile, 2, 2, 3, 4, 10, and then we take one. The goat would come often because they die, but we should have money to buy it, right?
Yeah.
If we don't have money, we cannot buy it.
And how did you cook?
Cook, yeah, everything was there. We call it chula, 3 stones, and put sticks in that, and then.
So coming to El Shaddai was completely different to all that.
Way too different. It is clean, it's nice,
Yeah.
fresh air, and the beaches. I never saw beach in my life.
No?
And this was amazing. And one thing I did when I came to the beach, the first day, what I did is I just took off my clothes.
All your clothes?
All my clothes, and just ran into the sea. And
Skinny dipping?
yeah. And then the staff, they told me, oh, this is not the way you have to go.
Can you remember meeting us for the first time?
Yes, that was the first time I met you. I know I was in the room and you came walking inside and said,
Hi, I'm David. I'm your new sponsor, and this is my wife, Jacqueline.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
You're Laxman.
I can't remember.
I was super happy.
Really?
Because I had no
Good to meet
sponsor
you.
before that.
So you were 10 or 11
Yeah?
when we met
Do
you.
you speak much English?
And I remember you didn't speak much English. In fact, you were just very shy.
I don't know much to
Quiet
speak.
and shy.
Yeah. And that was the beginning of
Our relationship.
this relationship. Here you now,
Yeah.
26, handsome man, bulked out with all this milk and chicken. So it's a big journey.
Yes, long journey. And I can never forget what El Shaddai did for me and what you guys did for me.
There was one time we bought the table tennis bat because you're a very good sportsman.
And I beat you every time.
No, you didn't.
yes,
No, you
yes,
didn't.
yes. I can challenge you now also.
Can you? Well, come on, let's get the bat out and we'll play. But you went on to play for Go or something.
Yeah, I played for university, college.
Because that was the thing that I liked. Because you were a good footballer and cricket, table tennis, and I was able to beat you every time that we.
No, this is not right.
And do you remember the second year that we came, we brought our 2 sons?
Yes,
Do you
I do
remember?
remember. Yes, yes.
And they were around the same age as you?
How did you come to know about El Shaddai?
Well, that was actually strange. Jacqueline and myself, it was our 20th wedding anniversary. So we came to Goa because somebody advised us to come to Goa. It was a lovely place. And one evening we went to the flea market and there was a stall, El Shaddai. We went over and chatted. They told us about the charity. They introduced us to Matthew, and Matthew invited us to his house for an evening meal, and that was the beginning of the journey. He told us about El Shaddai, encouraged us to make a sponsor, and hey-ho, it was Laxman that we sponsored, and that's how it all started for us.
So that's how you were chosen. So you were chosen?
And I was the luckiest.
The special one.
You were specially
The
chosen.
special one. But that's the good thing for us, that all these years, and that's the thing about El Shaddai, the whole transparency of the organisation, that the letters that were going between ourselves was great, but the fact we knew that we could come to Goa, and I mean I've been to Goa about 18 times, and all that time we're able to build this relationship. Every week I'm on WhatsApp with you now as a young man. I know people and they sponsor children in other charities, but they will never meet them. Some charities don't allow you. All they do is this correspondence. But when I tell people that I'm going to see Laxman, they're really surprised, and they say, "What, you're able to meet the person that you sponsored?" And I said, "Yeah, and he's a young man now," and they're amazed that now as a young man that we actually have this relationship, and you're just like an extended part of our family.
Well, we never even would have considered sponsoring a child at all, even though we knew that there was many organisations that did this type of work.
Yes, yes.
But because we want to be sure, we're stewards of our money, and if you don't know an organisation and you're given £20 or whatever it is a month, but you don't know that organisation, you've never been in that country, does that child even exist? But whenever we came and actually met the boy and seen the organisation and knew that it was genuine and that you were a real child, and of course we've met your mum and dad, so it just brings a real sense of reality and transparency to El Shaddai and what they do. You would say that would be a big part of what's important to you, that we're not just people who sent money, but you've actually met us and met us many times. And we've even said to you, you're very welcome to come to Northern Ireland.
Hey, Northern Ireland.
We're on our way. I would share with people often about the progress that you have made in life. So it wasn't just the fact that, we sponsored a child and a child was fed and watered and looked after, but the fact that El Shaddai helped you then to go into your education. Now you're in business, and one time when Jacqueline himself came over, I think it was then for our 30th wedding anniversary, you actually loaned us your car, and here we are, almost like a reverse, where we had done something for years to help you, and then all of a sudden here's the sponsor child coming back to actually help the people who were the sponsors.
It was not so brilliant that day, because I remember you bringing the car, and then you jumped on your motorbike and you were behind us, and then you came round and tooted and waved. And I can remember saying to David that day, isn't that just amazing, really amazing, from the day that we met the little boy who could barely speak, was so shy, to now having a bike, having a car, having a business, being educated and growing up into a fine young man.
But no wife yet.
No wife. And
So we'll have to set up a dating agency, bring you to Northern Ireland and get you married up.
It's Jacqueline's responsibility to find
All right,
me a
okay.
wife.
Well, she's an expert at
now
that.
that you're a young man, every time I see you, I say, well, Laxman, have you found your wife yet? No. Well, you're 26 now, so it's time to think seriously about that. So if we can't get you sorted out in India, we'll have to bring you to Northern Ireland and find your wife.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any young ladies out there who want a really handsome Indian, here he is, Laxman the Great.
A good-looking, educated, full of potential young man. The Irish girls will be lining up.
He's a millionaire.